Looks like it should be good. Yep. Okay. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I'll start up the game. Last time I believe we were going to get into the investigation portion, or the trial portion of... What were we doing? Was it the trial? I think it was going to be the trial. No, we did the trial. J-Paw, what are you doing? Walking through. Or did we stop in the middle of the investigation? What did we do? Hold on. Yeah, I'm sure if I jump in, I'll remember where I was. We were doing something in episode 3. Yeah, we did the trial, I remember, because we were talking to the old man and he was just like, so off base. Just did not pay attention. Also, it being a month ago probably wasn't helping. That's right. I remember. Sure. Let's see. But yeah. We'll get back to that. Anything I need to cover? Not particularly. Aside from general things. Oh. Dawn to Dawn is back on Netflix. It's really good. The first episode has come out of season 2. It's good. I've read most of the manga. I haven't kept up for a bit, so there have been some chapters, I think, that have come out. But, you know, I'm relatively caught up. Certainly enough to know where it's going from right now in the anime. Detective Conan's also on Netflix now, but only like 9 episodes of it. And those 9 episodes are like all stuff about the organization who were the ones to poison Shinichi, but they skipped an episode which wasn't directly tied to them, but was directly tied to an episode they did put in there. It would have been the episode that introduced Heiji. Because he had the alcohol that was able to temporarily transform him back to his teenage self, but without having that episode, there's no way to know for that later, the one with the later episode they do have in that bit with the hotel and Bisco and Haibara. Very odd choices they've made. But, you know, it's something. Hopefully, it means they're going to bring the rest of the series over in a more official manner. Can't imagine that's going to affect the translation of the manga, though. Which is still using the old dub names from the Funimation dub, and it's like, okay, do we need to change people's names? Which, given how it's doing that, it must just be changing any sort of wordplay just fully, instead of the fan translations I've been reading, which have just sort of been like, yeah, it's just Japanese. You'll never guess how it works. Good luck. Enjoy. Sometimes with, like, notes to explain it, but it's like, well, good luck figuring out this puzzle. You won't. It's based on the kanji in their names, which you didn't get to see, and also something about how shogi works, which, like, I guess you could know shogi, but I don't. That was just one case back relatively early on. Oh well. January 7th, 12:52 p.m., Wright and Cole offices.
So, how do you think the trial went this morning?
How do you think it went?
It got a bit crazy in there. I just wondered if that killed our chances.
Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee.
All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw. The apron straps and the ribbon.
And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Looks like you can actually see it there in this image. Maybe. Unless that's just weird shading or something.
Talk about a terrifying case of contradictionitis.
Plan to play doctor and find ourselves cure then, huh?
Yeah. We've got to find one for Maggie, or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty.
Let's see. Talk is just the usual. I suppose we'll go talk to our accused. January 7th, Detention Center Visitors Room. I guess Maggie is still in questioning.
But we've got questions to ask her, we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie!
You put down, Maya. This isn't a playground. This isn't a playground, you know. Okay, I guess she's not here. January 7th, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department.
Looks like Gumshoe's not here.
Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow.
You think?
Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call in the officers for the briefing, quick! Can't you shut down the station's server? Chief, quit playing on the internet! But my email pen pal... Liz and princesses... I don't know how that's meant to be read. Save it for later. I'm turning it off now. No, Liz and princes. I don't. Good luck.
Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh?
Keeping busy? More like panicking, if you ask me. Sounds like they're being hacked or something. Something's going on. Something big. Can we ask? What's up? This must be the chief of the detectives here. He looks lost now that the power to his computer has been cut. Power? Weren't you just unplugging the modem? You don't need to unplug your whole computer from power. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to write her a real letter instead of an email. Alternatively, you could write up some reports. Just a suggestion. Dear Liz and Princes, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night?
Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become chief.
Alright. Do you want to explain what's happening? That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. And pickpockets can have their pockets picked. That's a keeper. Better go with something that doesn't sound too much like a slogan. He must be coming up with slogans for a crime prevention campaign. I'm not sure even he knows what kind of crime he's trying to prevent. Okay. Move. That's right. Navigation is dumb and you can only go to Tribulations from here. January 7th, Tribulations.
Empty, as usual.
Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. It's, come on, come on, come on! Hey, that sounds like... Oh, it's you. Now just call it 8, pal. Come on, I know you can.
He's getting really worked up about something.
Oh, that's the wrong number. Ah, looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff.
What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe?
Sounds like lottery, probably. Huh? Oh, it's you. I was I was just... I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here.
He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal?
You really drove her into a corner, you know.
You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today? So sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once.
Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese? Would you prefer crumbly, like, aged Parmesan? Ooh, Parmesan. Parmesan's real good. Specifically, like, I've had shredded kind, at least. Don't know about block. Probably also good. But, you know, different from the shelf-stable kind you can get for putting on spaghetti and whatever. Good for homemade Alfredo sauce. Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you about me? I mean...
Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that.
Oops.
Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean...
Why? Why is this happening?
He's banging his head against the wall, Nick.
Oh man, poor Gumshoe. So, did you like the twin tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous, my hands were shaking.
So, how did it taste?
Well, for $20, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate.
Delicate?
You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you?
What's the matter with him?
Looks like he's thinking. That's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. I just realized. It's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. It's just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you paid $20 for it, you know? Maybe you should have found out about the price after he had finished eating.
Hey, Nick? Maybe that's why Glen Elg came here. Maybe he heard about the super fierce twin tea set.
If by fierce, you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glen Elg, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy. Oh.
Now, why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here?
Can't do that. We have to ask about the radio. I guess we have to show him the thing.
So, what were y'all excited about earlier? Huh?
That's right. You said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited.
Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little me. What were you listening to?
Nothing, really. It was just the
The daily exercise show.
What the psych lock? This lunch special's lobster sure is great.
And why are there tears in your eyes?
Alright, well, very clearly you were listening to the radio for the lottery. Whatever. We'll get back to you if we pick up anything about that. Oh, actually, I guess we should look around. Just in case anything's changed. I mean, these are set like they haven't. Wow, it's beautiful winter wonderland out there.
Really? Cool, I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing.
Got ya. I was just kidding, Maya.
Nick! There are lies that are okay to tell and lies that definitely aren't.
All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. Alright, doesn't look like anything's actually changed. It's lit up like it has, but the dialogue, it doesn't seem different. So I guess we'll check out the kitchen. January 7th, Tribulations kitchen.
Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone.
That's that person who showed up briefly. I'll be back next month. Oui, naturellement. I will be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles. No, stop it, I beg you. And don't let me down. I'll be watching you. I this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle. Talk to anyone, I'll drive a knife right through your heart. Oh, non, you don't have to worry. You know you worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is low oil of sandalwood. I do love raw meat from time to time. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye for now. Hopefully that was loud enough. I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before it becomes a nervous wreck. Oh, that feels good. Oh. Ooh la la. Excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes, my eyes. Eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. The oil of sandalwood. Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? Nothing looks new in here. You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? You're right, for sure. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you a dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick.
Huh? What's that mean? I don't think that's a gendered expression at all. But you are right, business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is a tray. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays?
Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry.
Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? I'm simply baffled. What are you talking about? What? This restaurant is my life. It's everything to me. I will defend it to the finale. No one will take it from me. Okay. So, who was that woman you were just talking to? Ooh la la, you saw that. Well, yes, sorry.
So, who was she? She looks so polite and graceful.
Did you not hear the words she was saying about burning down the restaurant and stabbing him? Polite, graceful.
And she likes raw meat and fires, right?
I'll be back next month. Oui, Charlotte, I will be waiting for you. This just happened. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. Now that I think about it, hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having.
You think so? Well, let's just show him that piece of evidence, see what happens.
Hmm? You mean the one about the debt? Is that what you mean? So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with broken wings.
An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it.
They are harassing me month after month. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them.
Help them? With what?
I've been sure. If I did not owe them the money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied. Please, what did you agree to help them with? I cannot say. If I tell you, that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with a salad garnish. Ew. Oh, she doesn't mean. I hope he doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm going to guess that that woman has something to do with your loan contract. Am I right? Oh.
Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
She's not in here, so I can't really. I guess maybe you have. Yeah. The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's, Why has it come to this? What a tragedy. Suddenly I find myself so deep in the debt. It is a sign of the bad world we live in, huh? No, I'd say it's more of a sign of the bad culinary skills. This is the woman who was here. This is a scary woman. She was from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui, tender lender, it is called.
Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money.
Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya.
Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much.
So, tender lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case.
I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. I'm confused. I can't tell if this is weird translation choices or like some sort of bigotry happening. I mean, it could be both of those things, actually. Mostly I'm confused. Shoo. And that keeps landing on my apples because I didn't get to finish them. thanks to him loaning me half money, thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I'm like a slave. I have to do everything that he tells me.
Who is this he?
The tiger.
The tiger?
He is the manager of the Tenderlander. Terrifying man. The big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. Big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter. Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no, no, no. This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. Also, he does have a spiky hair, just like you. Well, there is a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the Tenderlander, it is just beyond Vitamin Square.
Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some as long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Okay. I'm going to show you more items. Like the scooter. Look at it.
What is it?
Is this your scooter? No, I saw it before in Vitamin Square, you see. Oh, dude, no. Take it away, do not show that to me. Talk about an allergic reaction. Okay. This is the food you ate, it's bad. Oh la la, so you have eaten my lunch, oui? Tell me, monsieur, did you enjoy lunch I prepared for you? It was a unique and wild mixture of flavors.
That was the first time I ever had lobster, you know?
Lobster? There was no lobster in my lunch. Yeah, that's like a shrimp or something. Crawfish, maybe. Are those different things? Probably.
Huh? But it said lobster right on the menu.
Mademoiselle Maya, please, you must read the menu more carefully. It says a dish inspired by lobster and abalone fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette.
Oh, it's inspired, is it?
Oui, inspired by these ingredients, but perhaps not made from them, n'est-ce pas? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Well, guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, Nick.
The way that lunch tasted, it's probably 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Okay. Here. About this. Felicitations, my no, comprehend.
Nick, don't just make something up.
Okay. This is you. It is odd to imagine, I know, but I was an apprentice for 5 years in like Paris. I think we did this already. Paris. Yeah. Chef said you gotta keep doing it. That's okay. Whatever. Doesn't sound like you have new things to say very much. That's right, though. We needed to show you this guy. We need to find out more about this guy. This guy was a real programming genius. I called him a walking computer at the place where he worked.
What happens when he crashes, though? Oh, does he just stop moving all of a sudden?
He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Also, how often is your computer crashing that that's a problem? Individual programs might crash. Especially if something's wrong with them. I was trying to play The Sims 4, and it just doesn't work. It keeps crashing. Even when I took out all the mods and deleted the cache and started a new save, it just still wanted to crash. I think the problem is I haven't updated in a bit, and those like little downloads that happen for the events or whatever were still happening. but because the game isn't updated, they were probably trying to work off of something I don't actually have in the game. I think once I update it, it should be fine. But like, I don't necessarily want to update it until the fairies come out, because it's just a whole process trying to update it in all my mods. So, you know, I'm not going to be playing that for a bit. But I did start playing Backpack Hero instead, because I picked that up a while ago and never got around to installing it. That's fun. That's fun. It's like a roguelike inventory management thing, battle. It's fun. Anyways, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe, do you have any information that's a bit more fun?
Fun? Oh, fino. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elk worked yet? You might as well.
His workplace? Where's that?
A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., or something like that. That's not what you want to call it, but okay.
Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go.
Computers aren't really my thing, Maya.
We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff.
I wonder about that. It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. Computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? Anything more about this guy? You know, all my years, I've never seen a witness who was that confused before. Yeah, you look pretty confused by his testimony. Nothing against old guys, I like them and all, but it sounded like he was pretty sure about what he saw.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too.
Me three. But then why doesn't even a single part of his testimony corroborate any of the facts? You know what that chef said to me? Oh, okay, that's the same thing. It's the same thing as before. You got some juniper, blah blah blah, whatever. Got any more information about this guy? He's weird. Mr. Gano agreed to take this case just so he could face you, pal. He's working on a bunch more important cases, but he canceled them all.
Huh? But then, why didn't Mr. Godot take this case when Maggie's first trial came up?
Yeah, that is kind of odd. I mean, everyone thought the defense was Phoenix Wright. So why didn't he try to fight me then? Well, according to Mr. Godot, he knew the guy was a phony right away, so he didn't want to bother with the trial. That seems like something you should, like, tell someone about. 'Cause, like, that's a crime. Impersonation. Like, that's many crimes, even. That's a whole problem. You should have told someone. Couldn't be bothered to tell the judge? What on earth is this issue? Still unclear what he even wants. I guess we'll head back here first. Oh, there's a scooter again. January 7th, Vitamin Square.
I don't see any signs of Mr. Kudo, do you?
Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway, at least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Scared away half the birds.
Hey, check this out.
I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you. Otherwise, you might be in for a shock. My phony must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine, a tiger loose in the city.
Meanwhile, the real Phoenix is like an abandoned chick lost in a vast urban jungle.
Huh?
Don't worry, someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope.
Why is she trying to talk me into becoming my phony? I guess he's not right here. Here's some birds.
Hey, look, pigeons.
Yeah, and heaps of them too.
Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace?
That's a dove, not a pigeon.
Poor things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're not, just because they're gray? Is that it?
You're overthinking this one by just a smidge, Maya. Doesn't look like anything's different. Suppose we'll head over here, see what's up. Lender compromise. Interesting. January 7th, Tenderlender.
This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Who could this be? Talk about a creepy voice. Makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. Oh, it's you. You're here to discuss alone. No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please.
She's gone, just like that.
I guess we'll just have to come back another time.
But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick, let's take a look around, okay?
Do you think it'd be okay?
Of course. No one will ever know.
Coffee?
Ah!
I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly. Yes, thank you. Do not touch the desk, please.
Nick, let's get out of here.
Now she wants to get out of here. I'm gonna look around anyway. You don't want me to touch the desk, but how about this thing on the floor?
Oh no, someone dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's going to be a nightmare to clean up.
This place must reek. Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything.
I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain.
What does a space heater do if you have to clean it up? Was it like oil or something? Those are usually just electric coils or whatever.
It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal.
Oh. So just like a fire pit. How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy?
Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too.
Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second.
What is it?
Look what's printed on its cover. It says Tribulations. Tribulations matches added to the court record. Matches used for advertising found lying in Tenderlender. These matches could come in handy. Might be able to use them.
Yeah, the pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out.
Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. Got some coats.
Hey, look at this Parisian style coat. It's so chic.
Which one is that? Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion.
Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
The same color as my suit. Keep your voice down, Maya. Looks like it's got a badge on it and everything. Must be a fake. Odd that no one would want to check that or anything, though. Like, it must be for something. It's even got like a serial number. It's even got like a serial number on it or something. For identification. I don't know if that's actually been brought up in this. I remember it coming up in Detective Conan a bit ago, though. In like one of the more recent cases.
Nick, you've got to take a look at this.
Some cake. I'll just leave it here for you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Just wait here quietly. Otherwise...
Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand?
I'm scared, Nick.
So, what were you getting excited about before?
Look on the label of the suit.
That's an attorney's badge. Not very well made. It's very clearly cardboard. Didn't even try that hard.
Is the tiger a lawyer?
No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. Paper badge added to the court record. Found at tender lender, made of cardboard and painted to look authentic. I would not hold up under any sort of scrutiny. I just stole it. It's not there anymore.
For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick.
Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? One of those... What are they called? Daruma? Is that what they are, or is that something else? Or is that the name of the Pokemon that's based on them, actually? They're actually called something else. I don't remember.
Let's see. This round doll thing is called a Daruma, I think.
Okay. I was right.
I figured I'd read a book or two and become more cultured, in case you're wondering.
You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change?
I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Come on, Nick, give him a good shove.
Well, they don't fall off the table or drawer or whatever that is. Only if I feel like dying.
Now, this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king.
Shogi.
Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know?
Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Ugh.
Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here.
What is it? A repair bill. Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? Might be for the scooter. $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane.
The car's registered to the Cadaverinus? Cadaverinus?
Huh? So it's not even the tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the tiger's office? Repair bill added to the court record. A car repair bill for $15,000 paid by Tiger to the Cadaverini family. Oh. So the S was for plural, I see. Win through compromise.
I wonder what that's supposed to mean.
It must mean something if they took the trouble to frame it like that.
Yeah, well, it still doesn't make any sense to me. Ah!
That's tender lender's guiding principle.
Uh-oh?
Compromise the customer to win.
Oh, I see. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, well, as long as we don't have to compromise my hair, I'd say we're okay. That's one slogan no business owner should ever explain to their customers. Okay. Been written on the window, got a punching bag.
What's this?
It's a punching bag.
What? No way! You wouldn't catch me walking around with a bag like that.
What do you mean walking around?
The design's gross to start with, and it's way too heavy to be practical. Why is it called a punching bag? Don't people know messenger bags are in? I knew it. I was right before, back at Tribulations. Paris fashion is more my thing.
I really, really hope she's pulling my chain on this one. Got a fancy rug. That's one impressive desk on one impressive rug.
It's solid gold, Nick. Gold. Just look at that shine. Only real gold shines like that.
Would you really want such a shiny desk, though?
I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk. Wow, I'm completely dazzled.
That's because it's completely dazzling.
I can see up my nose in the reflection. That's gotta be really distracting.
So the desk isn't practical. No surprise there. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud it's a wonder you can hear it.
The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into.
Have you finished the coffee?
Ah!
Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, you drank it all? You didn't poison us. If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. That coffee was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it.
Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh, wait. Maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast.
I sure hope so. Or, sudden anxiety. We better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the?
What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger?
What are you talking about? Rocco soundtrack? Like Rocco's Modern Life? What are you talking about? Or do you mean Rocky? I've never watched that, but it might have had that Eye of the Tiger song in it. It seems to fit the vibe from what I've picked up of hearing of it. It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Balmer.
What?
This must be the CD Maggie told us about.
Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal.
No way! That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. MC Balmer added the court record. Found at Tender Lender a sample disc with the name written in marker. Okay. You're just going. Alright. Come out from under the desk, Maya. What are you two doing? What are you two snooping around in my office for? Nothing. We were just... my precious carpet. You've got ash on my rug. You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door. It wasn't us. It was already, just wanna argue with me? Is that what she's doing? You think you can take me on? I'm gonna flatten you two in pancakes. Turn you into my new rugs.
Ah!
Oh. Dante? I think his name might be Tigre, actually, looking at it. Don Tigre, you're back. Ugh, the voice. It's like evil seeping into your head through your ears. I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier and... Ugh, she's got a death wish or what? Oh, right. Uh-huh. Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You're too cute here. That's so unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. You'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan. Phoenix Wright. Yes? He was either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, now he's gotta come and mess up my plan. So it was him. He's my phony. But I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me. You should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things.
Ah!
No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please.
That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him.
But you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it either. The espresso.
Ah!
And cookies. This woman is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? Oh, you're here now. You wanna talk? So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tenderlender. It's the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. Conscientious. I can speak. Conscientious rate of interest and an attractive repayment policy. When I get the feeling the sentence is not going to end well. I will tenderly lend you that little bit extra. Here, Tenderlender.
Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game, for starters. Why don't you take out a loan?
Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Tenderlender is on your side. Okay. So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? Way to give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right, I think I'd rather skip down.
Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident?
Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident.
Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. The manager being Tiger. Furio Tigre. Furio, probably. Furio Tigre.
Furio.
Tigre. So that's where the tiger thing comes from.
Zinnehoff's got a real name. Zinnehoff's got a real name, Nick. Hurry up and find out more about him.
Suppose we can just do this. More about this guy. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre. Cookie?
Sure.
How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours.
Oh no, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. That's not exactly come across in your tone of voice. I owe Don Tigre my life. He is the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to... Okay, Don Tigre. Of course, I'm sorry. Saved her life. Whoops. I had to bump the microphone. I'd sure like to know how that happened. I didn't mess it up. Okay. Maybe that's a bad voice to give her. Whispery, breathy voices make me lightheaded. How about you? About this. More coffee? You must have more. No, thanks. I've had enough, really. So thirsty. Don't leave the office. I can't tell you about anything. I don't leave the office. I can't tell you about anything except on Tigre. Not even yourself. This was you. A thoroughly bitter person. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope. I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
I decided I'd pay it back with my life. I served him coffee, espresso. I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This. So what's the story with that bandage? They put it on after the operation.
Operation?
And they never took it off. It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
Fatal injury?
Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
She really creeps me out, Nick.
Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. So we'll get back to that later. For now... Oh. January 7th, Vitamin Square.
There he is! Old Seedy's back feeding the pigeons again.
There, take this and this. And get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really bad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down. Let's sneak away while we still can.
What? Why? Hello, old man.
What are you doing, Maya?
Huh? Hey, he just turned his back on us.
I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning.
Hey, Mr. Kudo.
Pigeon.
Look, we really need to talk to you, alright?
Out with the demons. And with the good fortune.
Ow, ow, ow. Seeds, shell splinters. Painful.
I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Hello. How was that going? I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Ha! Everyone will be talking to me about you behind my back now. Already, old man, he was so busy looking at servant girl's backside that he can't remember her face. Filthy, depraved animal. Not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javasino.
We hear you.
Another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece. The same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. Could it have been some sort of protective device for the ear?
We're really sorry.
So I made a little mistake about the face. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you. Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spikier brat. Take this.
You said you were a craftsman, right?
Ha, modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves.
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old justice's nose. Scream right down his ear hole. Objection!
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young?
I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. Got a tsunami of frustration inside, and it's ready to burst out. If I let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should we do? I mean, let's hear what he has to say. Yes, I better let him talk. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then? Of course not, you idiot. All I'm good for nowadays is running errands.
Errands?
Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. And feed the pigeons, old man. What am I? Some sort of two-bit community handyman?
Well...
Buy some bread. Now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute, what did he just say? At home and at that restaurant. Oh, hold up, by restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? Did you get asked to run an errand there, too? Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned. What? Oh. So, on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young meth lad slumped over the table. The servant girl collapsed. I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you, call the police. Call him yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Ha! Do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one.
Couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes?
So for 5 minutes after the incident happened... Yes, sirree, the owner was a Tribune on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? I thought we knew we had to go find a payphone. I'm pretty sure that was brought up before. Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. But wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remembered something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court.
Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police?
I swear we covered that he did that before that. What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that woman, I mean that man, alone in the restaurant. I'm so confused. Could you just stop doing that? I don't know how you're getting confused. aside from all things a mess. Just stop. Simply don't. I think it's the solution. And Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant.
Oh, sure. You go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. Suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, huh?
We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Not sure how much she's gonna help since she was literally unconscious. Whatever. Anything to show you? Sample disc written in marker. You wouldn't happen to have seen this. Would you mind taking a look at this? Excuse me?
You let me get a million of my grumbles off my chest and I'll take one quick look. Got an earthquake of frustration inside and it's ready to rumble.
On second thought, forget it. A million grumbles for one quick look doesn't sound like a good deal for me. I suppose you know. You go here often. Do you know if they have matches they hand out? No, you don't care. You gave this to me. Can you elaborate? No. Okay, whatever. We'll just go. We'll go back to Tribulations. You were hiding the lottery thing. Let's just see if we can do that. Maybe it just like show the lottery ticket we have to be like the lottery, obviously. The radio. Alright, Detective Gumshoe. Tell me the truth. What were you listening to?
No way, pal. Now you made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you.
We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glenn Elg did. Oh, that's right. I still have to go to his workplace.
It's like you can see right through me.
I've cracked him already.
See, pal? That's why I said it was nothing.
He's just embarrassed. It's not a big deal. Just the lottery. Again. Doesn't matter.
I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try.
What's with everyone in the lottery?
So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I'm so mad.
It'd be better to at least get enough to pay back for how much you spent on them. Don't know how much those usually cost. Yeah, I know the feeling.
I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elixie. And I got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Mr. Elg was listening to on the day he was killed.
Yeah, what time is it now?
It's just after 1:30.
And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time?
Yeah, look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket.
Millionaire radio flyer added to the court record. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 10:30 p.m. Sure. 1:30 p.m. rather.
Millionaire radio? That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick.
Then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money.
Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We've got a big meeting starting a bit.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
No, that's pretty much wrapped up now.
There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside.
Okay, well, see you later then.
Hi! Probably that hacking thing that was going on. Hi, you're still here. You forget something. You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I've kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me. A lunch.
What is it?
It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been really worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat.
I don't know, they look small. Maybe. It's hard to judge size on that thing. You think? I love weenies. Just can't get enough of their tender juiciness. Okay. So you give this to her. Took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. I can't exactly say no, can I? Gumshoe's lunchbox given to Maya to carry. A tenderly handmade lunchbox that fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies. Alright. I can't imagine that'd be difficult to make. It's just little sausages and rice.
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Oh, don't do that. And don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. He's finally gone. Still going to ask you about the... Okay, maybe you've left. January 7th, Tribulations kitchen.
Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again.
But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef.
Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me.
Only a couple minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone.
Missing when we need to talk to him the most.
Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. Oh well. Let's check out this place. January 7th, Blue Screens Inc.
Wow, this place is so high-tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air.
It's a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know? How are you?
Hello?
I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked.
Wow, what secrets?
Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building.
Understood.
Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. Okay. That's a way to say that. My name is Lisa Beza. I'm the company director. Director? She's human. She doesn't look like a ghost in a shell. I never have watched that Ghost in the Shell. I've heard it's good. There's a lot of classic stuff I just have not gotten around to. Bunch of stuff that's ended up on my list, but I just haven't gotten to it because instead I picked up a thing that wasn't on anywhere near my list. Detective Conan. Without realizing that it was like more than 1,000 chapters long. Then I saw that and I was like, well, I'm already invested, so here we go. caught up now, but not with the anime, and there's all those movies that I sort of want to see because they look like they're neat. Plus the filler episodes are generally fun because, you know, they're just more murder mysteries. So like, unless they've done something really off in their writing, they're generally just as good as the rest of them. And that thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glenelle's? Probably some company tool. Looks like the people in the background have it too.
That's a DMH, right?
Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD. All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs.
Then do you write programs too?
No, I just enjoy wearing this.
They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one.
If you don't program them, what are you doing? Are you just like the founder because you had the money to pay people to do things? Let's look around the room. Horse.
Oh, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess.
Looks pretty average to me.
You can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this.
You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know? Just trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry then.
Hey, this calendar.
And what about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it.
Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen.
December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Ogg was murdered. Is there anything else?
Yeah, it says meet with the tiger.
The tiger? Glenn's calendar added to the court record. On December 3rd, the day of the incident, there is a note saying meet with the tiger. Cool. What is this stuff under here? Bunch of sticky notes all over the floor.
Wow, look at this mess.
Those don't look like sticky notes. Looks like they're all betting tickets.
What kind of betting tickets?
Horse races, probably. They're betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets.
Oh wow, these drawers are stuffed full of these.
Looks like they're all losing tickets, though. Glen Elg's losing horse racing tickets gathered up. Horse racing betting tickets found in Glen Elg's desk. There's over 500 of them. Some sort of gambling addiction.
This many tickets would get you, what, $1 down at the recycling center?
They give you money for recycling paper? I understand aluminum cans, but paper?
And I didn't know you were so hard up that you try to profit from the dead, Nick.
I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. Some books, you don't care. Someone. He's really pounding that keyboard, isn't he?
Oh, I bet that's where the pro and programmer comes from, huh? I guess I shouldn't be resting on my laurels. Gotta expand my skill set and all that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe I could become an old CD's apprentice.
And what about your spirit medium training? I mean, embroidery in your spare time doesn't sound like a bad plan. I really ought to learn to do craft stuff. If only because, like, clothes you can get at the store kinda suck bad. Oh wait, I guess the two of them have the same dialogue. Whoops.
Hey, look, Nick. It's a supercomputer. Looks like it's really smart and wise, doesn't it?
Computers are only as smart as the humans who use them, Maya.
That explains why we don't use the computer in our office.
You work there too, Maya.
Yeah, but at least I'm...
Please don't argue about something so trivial. Otherwise the computer will laugh at you.
She said she'd laugh at us, Nick.
She's a human, Maya, not a computer. These pillars almost look like they're moving. It's kind of unsettling.
They just look a bit twisted or warped or whatever word I'm looking for. This office was designed with a futuristic feel in mind.
Futuristic?
Yes, we tried to imagine what things might look like in the future when we designed it. It helps to soothe and calm the soul.
On second thought, I agree with you, Nick. This place is really unsettling.
Don't want to hear about the future? Wires all over the floor. You'd think you could have designed your building with plugs near where the things you need to plug in. Or at least like bundled up against the wall so that you're not tripping over them. Kitty, what are you thinking? So, what exactly is this firm's business?
I will try to simplify it for you so you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them.
Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyzing management.
It doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much, right?
The software we produce is distributed on CDs.
CDs?
Yes, compact disc, digital optical storage media.
Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music.
It is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they are doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now?
I'm researching the impact of time slicing on logical shared global variables. Obviously, programming structure influences response time and performance of the codependent of global variables, and memory overhead is vitally accessible to the execution. I definitely missed some of those words.
Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all of that?
Yeah.
Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil?
You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know, it's terrible.
Can you tell us anything that might be helpful?
I don't think so. A police officer was in here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either, because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc.
Oh.
How about Mr. Ellen's desk? Have you cleared it out already?
No, not yet. It's this one, right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you're welcome to take it.
I guess there might be a clue here somewhere. You might want to check what it is we're taking, I feel. In case the things we're taking are, you know, programming things that you need. Although, maybe you would have cleared that up as soon as you needed someone else to work on them, I suppose. This is you. Absolutely not a robot.
Would you mind taking a look at this?
I'm sorry, that data is super admin restricted desktop access password protected.
Super admin restricted desktop access password protected? What? This is madness.
No, Maya, that is Sparta. And she won't tell us unless we say the right code word.
Code word? Sesame. If it's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's always how it is.
There's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. I guess she just doesn't want to talk about this.
I think we should focus on asking about Glenelg. What do you say?
I don't know. I want to ask about her. That seems like a reasonable course of action. About Mr. Elk.
He was a top programmer. Would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from one or two bugs in his personality.
Oh? Like what?
Gambling addiction.
Sort of a loser, perhaps would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him in trouble.
What's the matter?
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So it was really no trouble at all, a model employee.
Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. We've got to find out what this trouble was exactly. I don't suppose you know this guy. No, you don't. At least you don't want to talk about it. Oh well. Yeah. What's he doing gambling? Oh, that's related. Could you stop, like, pausing for so long while it's the same dialogue for whatever? You know about this thing, do you? No. Whatever. You're so annoying that showing things to you is more trouble than it's worth. About Mr. Elk. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry, why would you think that? I thought you said something about it just now? You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Three Cyclops.
I guess Mr. Elk is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
Let's see what we got. Might as well try it. Glenn's troubles. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elk was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't do troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service. What's she talking about? I guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elk's trouble have something to do with this? Check something. Alright. What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what is the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg, he had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. Yeah, but not everyone buys this many tickets. Oh, what was that? Oh, the cat fell. Did you fall off of the thing? Oh, what happened? I guess I bumped it, but I didn't actually think you were up there. I didn't bump it that hard. You're alright. Poor princess. Poor baby. You fall down. She's fine. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elk's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps. Oh. You're right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elk won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elk's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. I suppose you just want me to point out this guy. He would have been meeting with him. Furio Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices. Like you're one to talk? Well, what do you think?
The firm's doing very well at the moment.
I don't think we need to borrow money. No. I mean about Mr. Elg.
I think Glenn had something to do with the Superior Tigre, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't have any connection between the two of them.
Really? Because I've got proof that Mr. Elg and the tiger knew each other. Do I? Oh, yeah. Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called the Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt.
It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think.
$100,000, ouch.
But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear.
Shane Maggie could get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then?
Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said that he would use his talents to repay the money.
His talents?
I suspect he was talking about programming.
But what computer program is worth $100,000?
Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work.
So close to cracking her. The program in question was by any chance this.
It's a very delicate matter. Without the necessary data, there's really no way I can access the information.
Okay. I know that Mr. L created some sort of program. She can't deny it if I show her the program itself as evidence. So close to cracking her. Do you want me to use this thing in a computer? And then come back. Is that what it wants? That's my best guess, because it's obviously contained in the CD there. Why would he have it in his radio then? Though. That'd be weird. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Well, let's go back to the office, I suppose. Oh yeah, we have to drop off this lunchbox. January 7th, Detention Center Visitors Room.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you.
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? Going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, he was all over the place as his testimony.
He's not the only one. Uh-huh. What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway.
Is it possible that she's the one misremembering things?
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup?
So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh, yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
I never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
Let's show her the CD once we're done with this. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenelg, collapsed, right?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations.
No, no idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly, and you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
It looks like she's trying to figure something out.
Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD.
Okay, first off, you should have your lunch. Oh, yeah, I've got something you're going to love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox, just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies, too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe. He's really worried about you. It looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. I can't accept it. Detention Center's rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow, when an ex-cop-turned-waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier.
And anyway, I hate weenies. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But...
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But, I guess so.
Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya.
Well, how was it?
That hit the spot. I love weenies.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.
Well, here's a disc.
I know I used to be on the police force, but I'm incarcerated now. I don't pick up much information in here. What I can help you out with now is the menu at Tribulations. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't let your spirits fall.
You didn't think this was the same disc? Okay. Whatever. Are these the coffee cups they used there?
That's the cup I took over to the table, sir. But I didn't put anything in it. I could never do something like that. That's right. You could never do anything like that. I'm not good at carrying those large trays, you know. Trying to balance a tray with one hand to put something in the coffee with the other. I'd just be asking for trouble. I'd drop something for sure. That's right.
Is she expecting me to claim that she's too clumsy to have committed the crime?
Oh, yeah, that's from when I was carrying customers' breakfast over to them.
The ketchup splotch, you mean?
My whole face was fire engine red thanks to that stuff. But you spilled You spilled the ketchup on your apron, didn't you? I don't see how a ketchup comfort omelet went flying and hit the customer in the face. Oh, talk about a tomato red face. Makes me wish I could have seen it myself. Yeah, I guess. It was kind of a sight to behold. Potassium cyanide? I've never heard of that poison in my life before in my life, sir. Okay, maybe I have. But I've never seen it before, that's the truth. I wouldn't even know where the nearest potassium cyanide dealer is in the first place.
Yeah, that's the thing about a lot of things where, a lot of stories where someone's been poisoned. It's like, where did you get this poison, actually? I don't feel like you can just get that.
Potassium cyanide dealers? Sounds like another group of drug pushers to avoid.
In any case, this definitely isn't something you can pick up just anywhere.
Oh, curse my rotten luck. The criminal must have stuck the bottle in my apron while I was unconscious.
Right.
You didn't see a medicine there.
No.
Whatever. Did they hand out matches?
You work there. What about this guy?
Huh, is that your attorney's badge?
Actually, it's a fake.
Holy smokes, that's it! Huh? That's the badge your phony had, Mr. Wright.
You got duped by this.
But it's a completely different color.
What about the fact that it's made of paper?
He said the badge got a tan as well when he was in Hawaii on business.
I'm beginning to see how my phony was able to gain her trust. You don't know anything about this? No, you wouldn't. None of the rest of that you would know about. So first off, you wouldn't know her. No reason. This guy.
Holy smokes, that's him! Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright. Just look at that ridiculous suntan.
For the record, I'm not sunburned like an over-dried tomato, so I don't know how.
He told me he'd been on a business trip to Hawaii, and that's where he got the tan.
Looks less like a tan and more like a sunburn. I'm not hearing this. Oh boy, you haven't seen her around. No.
I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. Feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it.
Okay. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true that there was another customer in the restaurant. What is that noise?
That doesn't sound like a garbage truck. Hold on, I need to check on that. Big thing down the road? No. Sounds like it's over that way. Can't really see from here. Oh no, it is a garbage truck. Of course it is. Because I have to come by every time when I'm streaming. because why not? Whatever. It's just like quieter than usual, but still loud enough to be noticeable. Ah.
It's true that there was another customer in the restaurant,
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
but I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman.
A woman?
Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy. She had kind of a cackling laugh.
Garbage truck so loud. Creepy.
Cackling?
Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? Cackling is not how I, played her. But, you know, whatever. Why are you meowing? Meow. What's he doing? He's just meowing very loudly, repeatedly in the other room. Unclear. Maybe he's lonely. He gets sad when no one sits out there and pets him. But I'm busy. He could come sit in here. But he doesn't like it. He doesn't like to be in here for no reason. Let's see. Alright, I was gonna show her this girl, Violetta. What do you mean? Whatever. I guess we've got that handled. Let's go see if we can put this in our computer. Maya, we have a computer in here. Put it in there. Do you know anything about this, Maya?
Even someone as worldly wise as me doesn't know everything about everything, Nick. So I, the great Maya, I'm sad to say I can't tell you much about this object.
Well, yes or no, Maya. It's not as if you had to give me a dissertation. Okay. Can I look at the desk? Do you have a computer on the desk? I don't see one, but it might be on the other side. Because there's more of this room, you just can't look at it. It's my desk. I don't get to use it much, so it's still super neat and tidy from when Pearl's cleaned it. The computer. Whatever. Let's kill their computers then. January 7th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. The main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot trot girlfriend. What a mess.
Wow, this place is really buzzing.
Something must be going down. Something really big.
Huh?
What are you doing here, pal?
Detective Gumshoe.
You can't be in here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? Well, you've got big problems here today.
Why? What's going on?
It's a virus. A virus. A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. I really need to ask you some questions. I mean, I can't imagine he can do much about it, but surely step one is just fully unplug your internet. No more internet. Maybe turn off the computers, but definitely no more internet. And then the virus can't do a lot in terms of data gathering, which I assume is probably the main purpose of it. Or maybe they just want data destruction, just cause problems. Throw off any ongoing investigations related to whoever's set this up. Okay, I'm only gonna say this once. Listen up.
Yes.
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this. You hear?
Okay.
If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Ender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling in all their debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did you just say? That lady.
Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick?
Well, you better find out what the story is with this lady.
So, what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know.
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure, I mean only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
I don't get the feeling they're making fun of me. Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
Imagine all the case data you've got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all of that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster.
It's just like a real virus, huh? But, Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all the data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's.
What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold.
Right. Then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong.
Oh, what? Where? When and why did this conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard of it before, too. Did you name the virus? Did they mention the name of the virus? Could it be this? Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and this virus right now, so this is it! It's this stupid name! I remember now! I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on?
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. A name scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber.
What?
Yeah, the virus that just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? I already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of the law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer and every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently, the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. Focus right now is on tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? And because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. In the millions? A virus can be worth that much? MC Bomber obtained the court record. Found tender lender contains a computer virus program. Cool. Anyway. You don't know about this. Well, what do you think about this, Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, pal. I can't discuss anything connected to the case.
Hey, I thought you said you were going to help us out.
I can't help you out if I don't have any info. Yeah, I suppose the retrial has only just begun. I was hoping he'd do something, because like when you show him your normal badge, she's like, oh, this is your badge. So I thought it might, like, have some unique dialogue. Is that thing real, pal? Why does everyone keep asking me that? I wonder what this phony of yours is like. He had Maggie found guilty of murder. Doesn't that tell you? Tells me the guy is cruising for bruising.
You're really caring, aren't you, Detective Gumshoe? About Maggie, I mean.
Speaking of the imposter. Oh, this guy, the tiger.
Is he famous?
Yeah, this guy's not a loan shark, you know. Nope, he's a big lone cat. Hence the name. Don't pay him back. Don't pay him back, and you better say your prayers, because he'll eat you alive.
You're shaking, Detective.
Like a leaf. Just, you know, kind of on edge at the moment, if you know what I mean. You wouldn't know her, would you? That's the girl who works over at the tender lender. You don't want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Oh. Her name's Viola Cadaverini. Viola Cadaverini. She is the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Okay. Spooky looking.
Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. Well, you can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I'd better get some more information about some info out of Gumshoe about this family. Got some mafia yakuza people. You wouldn't know who this is, would you? That lady is the boss of Blue Screens Inc., pal. Yeah, I figure she's clean. She's got nothing to hide.
She seemed kind of like a doll to me. In a good way and a bad way. Kind of makes you think she might be hiding something.
Oh, actually, I have the thing now. I can go back and say, hey, this is a virus. I found out it's a virus instead of just assuming it was a virus. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in all this, but who are the Cadavereenies?
Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who.
You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about?
Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. Well, you can't touch them. They've got too much moolah.
Moolah? As in...
They pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market.
The black market, huh? And that includes Tenderlunder, I take it?
Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini, and I mean no one.
Interesting.
So, Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then.
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves the little girl. She means everything to him.
So, how did she end up at Tenderlunder?
I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tenderlunder are pretty tight.
Tight.
That's what said in a file I read related to Maggie's case.
Sounds like a pretty important clue.
I can't believe it. Almost forgot the most important thing.
And that is?
You know, the lunchbox. How did everything go?
Lunchbox.
You remember the weenies? I hate weenies.
Oh, yeah, those Sweeneys.
So, how does my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's what she said, really.
Well,
Not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared.
Prepared? What do you mean?
I made a jumbo lunchbox.
oh,
Do me a favor again, huh, pal? And deliver this.
This sure is a heavy burden in more ways than one.
I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
weenies again, Nick. Tell me we don't have to eat all these, too.
Gumshoe's lunchbox given to Maya. Again.
I really can't eat anymore.
Let's see. I suppose we can go back to the here and do her thing. Since we should have the stuff for it. What time is it? 9 o'clock. First though. I will be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom and probably feed the dogs and Buddy up. And the cat. Cats. have been fed. Let's see. That's right, we were going to use the Monogatama on her and do the thing now that we have a statement that it is in fact a virus rather than just assuming it is, I guess. Phoenix couldn't put those together himself, I guess. Or maybe he wanted actual proof. Whatever. Glenn's troubles. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak with someone in customer service? What's she talking about? I guess I'd better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's trouble have something to do with this? What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what is the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg, he had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. Yeah, but not everyone buys this many tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and he lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No! You're right, Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Oh, he's in there now. Furio Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices. Like you're one to talk. Well, what do you think? Our firm's doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money. No. I mean about Mr. Elg. You think Glenn had something to do with this Furio Tigre? Yes. Sorry, I don't know of any connections between the two of them. Really? Because I've got proof that Mr. Elg and the tiger knew each other. Furio Tigre, aka the tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. No! It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $100,000. Ouch. But I heard that he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said that he was using his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. program in question was by any chance this? Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No! Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How?
Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations.
Where'd you come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say Mr. L was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Palmer virus, yes. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that's marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. MC Bomber updated in the court record a computer virus made by Glenn L, potentially worth millions of dollars. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Just put them back. Glenn L's losing horse racing tickets thrown back on the floor. The floor? At least put them in the drawer.
Use the trash can, Nick.
Maybe now you want to talk about objects I show you? We don't care about that. Maybe I'll show you a people. Show you some people. Oh, I did that already. Unless that's like all you want. You haven't heard of this guy, have you? No, you haven't. You don't care. Whatever. I'm done talking to you. If it didn't have these big pauses in them, then like, whatever, but... we probably got what we need out of you. Anyone in the kitchen? No. You're still here. You don't know anything about this, do you? Would you mind taking a look at this? Excuse me. You let me get a million of my grumbles off my chest, and I'll take one quick look. I've got an earthquake of frustration inside, and it's ready to rumble. On second thought, forget it. A million grumbles for one quick look does not sound like a good deal for me. You wouldn't know anything about that. You don't know who this is, do you? No. Oops. You wouldn't know her. You seen this guy around? No, you don't care. How about her? How about yourself? I don't think you're going to say anything. Whatever. We'll just go. That's right, you had a thing. I mean, let's see how it goes. Like, the head bandage. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? You got hit by the scooter. Well? Donuts? Huh? I baked
donuts. Have one.
What's inside?
Jam and...
I'm sorry, but I didn't quite catch that. Thanks, but no thanks. I think I'll pass. Guess that was a flop. What happened to this woman for her to have such a huge bandage around her head? There must be some piece of evidence that'll prompt her to tell me what happened. Now a fatal injury? You mean you were hurt, but very badly somehow. You got an achievement about donuts. Maybe the, payment thing. Yeah. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that.
I stole it from the shelves behind you. Don't worry about it.
This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. The relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. That's your name? It's your name. That's who you are. I know exactly who you are. Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you?
It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right?
I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have...
Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been... It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided. The motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he?
It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike.
It's all banged up.
It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. More than just the front wheel guard. Also the back and the thing that's meant to protect your legs, I guess. And the mirror. Everything's messed up. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they?
It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Really? Do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million.
Oops. Jesus, I just did that.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious, a simple procedure.
Oh, really?
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh?
It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers.
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
Viola's medical papers added to the court record. A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year.
How I feel so bad for Viola.
It's inexcusable.
Uh-huh.
There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics.
Is everything alright, Nick?
We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso.
Yeah.
I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Well, maybe you should put it back where you found it so no one notices you were messing with it. I suppose we'll go. We're still here. You're not going to want to talk about anything. Oh. January 7th, très bien.
Bonjour, I've been waiting for you to return.
Mr. Armstrong.
Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few...
Oh. I did not read the words. Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you, fellas.
It's Zinil.
You calling Ziniope. Okay, is that how that was meant to be pronounced?
Come
out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now. Uh-oh, I think he wants to feel Cadaverine's papers back. You mean this, the $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Just wanna know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad, and it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's Brutal's little girl. That's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off. You crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Mr. Armstrong. Forgive me, Desai. I cannot argue with him. That really hurt. Was that all he's got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait! Don't take it too hard, Phoenix Wright. I was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal. Oh, hold it, pal. Detective Gumshoe. Detective? You think he's gonna stop me, copper? Beat it. Oh, come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. This has gotta be. But, go, pal. Take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Alright. Thanks, Gumshoe.
Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind.
I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlender is going down. To be continued. True. That's landing on my apples. Save progress, yes please. Let's see. I'm going to eat some of my apples. Well, it's 1 apple that I cut up into pieces with peanut butter. No. What? Why are you making that noise? You sound very stressed. Hold on. Hey, what's up? Are you okay? Why are you yelling at the vent? Well, you just listening to it echo? What are you doing? Silly. Nothing in there. Oh, my poor girlie. What if you came and sat in here? What if you sat in here? She was yelling at the vent in the bathroom. I wonder if you noticed it like echoes or something. You silly kitty. Yes. Now you just sit here and be good. Then you won't be lonely because you will be right here and I can pet you. Yes. Alright. Trial. January 8th, 9:46 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Baggy. So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery.
That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet.
Are you okay, Nick?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, of course.
Holly, what are you doing?
Don't go in the window. And I was setting my thing there. I don't want your fur in it. Ah. Don't open up the curtain. The sun reflects off the neighbor's metal roof and just goes right into my face. At, like, all hours of the day, it's a nightmare. And yet the cat likes to sit in the window, open up the curtains. Just, ugh.
I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination.
Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
Hey, pal! Hey, buddy. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How did you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show some confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help. Oh, you finally got that analyzed. I forgot about it.
Uh-huh. Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Trabian's kitchen a couple days ago.
Well, look at all these little bottles.
Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many they're overflowing onto the floor.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
Well, what do you know? It doesn't have a label either.
And it doesn't smell.
We finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. That would have a smell, probably. It's medication.
Medication?
Oh, it says ear medication. Why would you take it back there? For what reason? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears? You mean... Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Yeah, that's a very odd thing. Small bottle refiled into the court record. The victim's ear medicine found covered in unidentified fingerprints in the kitchen. Unidentified. Interesting. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour, and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... that's going to weaken its impact as a point of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it? Today's trial, I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. My name isn't Phoenix Wright. January 8th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting, as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. like maybe he saw in a mirror. If that's what was going on, except it's still on the same side. He still said it was on the same side as the eye thing. Only unless he has a second one that's for the other side of his head, I don't see why that would be the case. So that wouldn't work.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers. You know the answers to these riddles. The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it. Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. Alright. Fair enough. And you are... Oh, for sure, everyone. I am Sean Armstrong, the owner and the chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchante. Forgive me for asking, witness, but... What is happening? I'm so confused. Are you a woman?
La monsieur, as you can see, I am le pert and perky gentleman nun.
Phoenix. Phoenix, I'm busy. On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations kitchen. Isn't that right? It was you, monsieur.
Everything feels right.
Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations.
Oui, volontiers.
At Tribulations.
When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. Remember, I was experimenting with some new art decos that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Well, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. A couple of earpieces and the glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no?
A mirror?
Oui, un grand mirror. The most enormous mirror.
He's still ringing the doorbell. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. It would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Sounds like first. Sounds like first. Dog is ringing its little doorbell. He needs to go out. I will take him out. I will try to be quick about it. Otherwise, it's going to be abrupt. I'll be quick. probably just lonely. No one else is here. No one is here to pay attention to him. I've shut myself off in this other room. And he can hear me talking, probably, but, like, it's not talking to him. If he'd, like, come in the room. I've shut one of the doors, but the other door's open. He can come through there. Let's see. That's right, I need to cross-examine. When it all happens, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. And who were the 2 customers exactly? I, of course, a young man who died, and rather not so young man. You are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume. What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence.
We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we?
I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. I remember I was experimenting with some new Art Deco that day. You were experimenting with Art Deco. How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorature? No, Art Deco. It is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course. That deco. I was trying to achieve a more feminine look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of le decor. Like having a large mirror between tables, for example. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Oh, something about 4 meters wide and, about 2 meters high. Let's see, 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge. 1 meter is about 3 feet. 4 meters across is like 12 feet across, which sounds like it might take up the whole restaurant. I guess if you mean through the middle, through the aisle, I could see that working. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. I know, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? May as well. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. What the?
Objection!
You didn't ask, Wright. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? The mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Huh. You want to doubt someone's right look in the mirror? I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. I suppose that'd been what I was bringing up, but it still doesn't fit with the lens thing, because we can see in... where is it? Yeah. Okay, actually we can't see. I don't have a picture of, like, his corpse or something. A little more clear. Doesn't look like it. Oh well. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, trite even for you. Uh-huh. You're trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible. Is that it? Well, where does it leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? The ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, trite.
Ugh, not the hair. I do not have a top knot.
Mr. Godot is correct. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument. Bien, logic is ones a day. Look up, look here, based on the glasses, you would have seen everything in reverse, no? Everything? You would have seen everything in reverse. Oi!
Hey, Nick, we should take a second and think about what old CD said in his testimony.
How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lenses of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh?
And that clears up all the problems with this testimony, I guess. Or does it? Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but...
Do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection?
If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony.
That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We've just gotta dig deeper.
Let's see what we got. He left a testimony. That's something else. We don't see the thing there, but it's a weird angle, so you might not be able to. It looks like you should be, maybe. How's that hook on the back? Or an HMD over his left eye. It wouldn't be in the other eye. That'd need a whole different thing. Not the glasses. Incorrect. Look at this. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Koto's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. Ici, monsieur. Now that you think about it, it's not so hard, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order! Order! Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
Objection!
How bitter. Right, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks. Remember this, I presume. I broke the vase. Sorry, apology. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony. Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg? Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Huh. Well, Wright. That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever.
Wow, I really thought he was old CD for a minute there. Kudo's good.
Okay, I wasn't thinking he was actually doing a voice. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court we're all ears. Oh, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant. Okay. The mirror. A loss as everyone sitting comfortably. The mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. I see. It's going to be like, oh, and because of... Hold on. Oh, and because of this, he would have seen it from the top left table. And here's the picture. You can see the vase is still not knocked over. Perfect. Under control. There was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. That was the seat at the table next to the victim's, as that was where the old man was sitting. I mean, you could definitely see it from here if it's only this long. You could just look right over there, but whatever. After the terrible incident occurred, I removed the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally I did not touch anything else. I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing the men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Oh, dears, of course. Definitely not that ticket you took. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Do we have proof you took the ticket? Does that need to be brought up? Or can I jump right to what I figured out a bit ago? Let's see. That's a different thing. Looks like we might not actually have that. Oh well. Oh wait, was it this? No, that's something else. Whatever. There's a middle restaurant. So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Oui. Oui, really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way.
Objection!
Look who's talking, Wright. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things.
But this is my seat in the courtroom.
Tribian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you are the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Wright. I tell you, monsieur, the mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. There's only one seat from which you could see the victim. And where would that be? Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. Always attracts the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. How old are you? Do we have that information? 39. I guess that's a fair bit older than Phoenix. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once. That attracts the older ones too, you know. Handsome. Shall I tease you too? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time.
I bet she has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume.
And I will tell you, there was only one seat from which you could have seen. That was the seat at the table next to the victim. That was where the old man was sitting. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Eyes, monsieur, is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand. The victim would have been reflected in the mirror like so. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would see everything, no?
So, that's the seat old Seedy was sitting in on that day, when the poisoning happened.
The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why does that seem kind of odd? Okay. Terrible incident, move the mirror. We'll just go through and press all these first, but... Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out to the restaurant then. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome.
Don't actually laugh at something.
Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. You're pretty tough looking. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? It looks like the obliging type, no? But naturally, I did not touch anything else. You definitely took off that thing. Are you sure about that? I touched nothing except the mirror. Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Suffering from a case of heartburn, right? Oh, I have such a thing for that. An oil with golden myrrh and frankincense. Frankensteins? That's not how you spell that. Add a few drops to your coffee, and voila, enjoy. That sounds really bad. I don't know if you can even eat that stuff. I think that would kill you. You're really not meant to ingest essential oils. Those things are toxic. Using them to smell nice is one thing, but do not eat them. You will die. But first you'll get very sick and miserable. Bad times all around. Focus, Phoenix, breathe. I just need to ignore those two and find some evidence.
It is pretty strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Seedy.
And the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribulation that day. Now I've just gotta prove it, somehow. Mirror was in the restaurant, you could have seen where the old man was sitting. Yes. It should be this. It's not like they're gonna be that easy. Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony. This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony. Huh. I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does a scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor, because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. I see. Yeah. There you go. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo. Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What are you meowing for? Meow meow. How about you come in here? What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Wright. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is the something that should not exist in the photo? Yes. Look at this face. There's one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Objection! Don't be an idiot, Wright. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. What do you... Don't try to confuse the court, Wright. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece and an ear in which he couldn't hear? You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Wright, then this problem is all yours. How to explain what the old man saw? If I can answer this, then it'll be that much closer to the truth. You can feel it.
Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick?
There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us. There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradiction in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced. were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter, a phony, pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Right. You're saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup. Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Get real, Wright. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was...
The serving girl brought him a Javasino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
It's so hard to believe, but... There was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. You're insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? Alas, this is most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. He will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. Oui. In the restaurant. Sitting with it weird. Top of my foot. No. Not good. The victim, Monsieur Elgi, he came to my restaurant alone. Remember, the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, old Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. So there was no time for a phony to do acting. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Je vous demand pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. Oui. Now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please. He took that perjury charge a bit too well. I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. In the restaurant. Let's see. Monsieur Elg came to my restaurant. I'm gonna check something. Where is between 1:30 and 2:30? Every Monday at 1:30. Yeah, that checks out. Victim Monsieur L came to Marshton alone. Was he alone at his table as well? I see. I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears that there was another man at the victim's table.
Objection!
Huh. Unfortunately for you, Wright. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking?
It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet.
And like dark chocolate. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Remember, old man arrived not long after me. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Oui, he comes here often for my special coffee. Drink your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime. Said it was worth one sip. Nothing more. So, old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur. I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness? And this incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no? Just after 2, huh? We claim he died 5 minutes after he got the lottery thing, but that goes off at 1:30, but that would have been, with your claim, it would have been about 2:15 with the 5 minutes to get there thing that Kudo mentioned. Just after 2, huh? Thank you for help, jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony. Oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood.
He's even humming a song to himself.
Well, old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m. Are you absolutely sure about the time? I think really odd. I'm sure it was just after 2. Oui. It is the time I stopped serving the lunch menu. Quite right, I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Ha ha ha. I guess you should never get between a hungry judge and his lunch. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Witness, get on with your testimony, please. There were no other customers. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim.
Objection!
How many times do you need to ask the same thing, Wright? You'd never catch me drinking the same blend twice. You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't grind bird seed to make coffee if you catch my drift. There's a hole in this testimony somewhere. I'm sure of it. Hair caught on my hand. Get off of here. He got word, won the lottery, and became very excited. Did you see him? No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, "Yes, $500,000." Presumably the defendant heard that too then, correct? Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dove. And what about Mr. Kudo? The old man choked on some bird seeds that got stuck in his throat. Seems like we now have yet another incident on our hands. Approximately 5 minutes later, the poisoning incident occurred. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill. I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur. Sorry, what do you mean? There is the renowned chef John Armstrong and the tragic poet Clarice Armstrong. Clarice? I was writing a poem, an angry tale of a chef and $500,000 of debt. Looking for a man who won $500,000 on the lottery. It is called Pourquoi, which means why. Perhaps I could recite it for the god. Please don't. So it's no time for phony to do acting. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked the old man to call from the payphone. My own argument, right? The purpose of this... where is it? I need to clean off my desk. Purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. In the end, it seems the shadow of doubt has been lifted, n'est-ce pas? That's definitely not how you pronounce that.
I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh?
Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. Get off of my apples. He was there the whole time, after all.
But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too?
She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember?
You mean that's when the phony stage is act?
We'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. Don't get the victim alone, not long after 2 p.m. I'm afraid I've finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Huh? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, that must be the show Mon Elk was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder... You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, right? If you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. No. This victim, we've been told about, has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs in Tribien that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead. There's a very determined map because of these apples I have. I should have brought like a thing to cover them or something. I'm going insane. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elg, acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy? That seems well.
Objection.
With a performance right, we're almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it is now just after 2 p.m. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain, then, where the real Glen Elg is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection.
If he meant where the body was. Thank you, Wright. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. That customer was the phony Glen Elg. Then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Ugh. I will sort of figure out the kitchen. The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Oh, that's how the medicine got in there, huh? Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, Wright. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence?
What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed, rather? It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribien. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed inside Tribien is over here. The body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? You're not even gonna name it as the kitchen? Very odd. Anyway, look at this bottle. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. Only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribien. Cool. But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg visited an otolaryngological. Otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle match the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Dude. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No. Order! Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elg? Never! I could not do such a horrible thing. What are you doing? Drink all the coffee and also yell, Mr. Godot! The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. I have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now. And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. About a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend. Chef, ma'am, pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. That's Spanish. You hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No, absolutely not. Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it's clear. They always say in movies. I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well, begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. Eat some more of these apples. If they're just gone, because I've been holding it in my hand to try to keep the gnats away from it. And there just aren't any more apples. They should leave me alone. You know what, I'm going to try to play some music. It's probably a little better. Consume apples. Get them out of here so that the gnats don't try to land on them and then also on my arm. Driving me insane. I just ended up not eating these as quickly as I could have. Oh no, I messed up. Hold on. True, I hid the body in the kitchen. I was able to catch it on the stream preview. It's true, I hid the body in the kitchen. Okay, that's what it said. Let me just get through this then, if that's how it is. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him, I swear, you must believe me. You were forced by who? I cannot say or I will be erased. Let's try a different question, then. When Mr. Elg died, was he really the only person at his table? There was... There was another man. I knew it.
Maggie was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. The confession. Destroyed the body in the kitchen. Did you carry the body by yourself? Oui, I carried him, and I carried Maggie, too. Maggie, too? When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. I could not leave her there. But why did you hide the bodies? That man forced me to do it. I had no choice. What man? Who was he? Oh, no, I cannot say. I fear for my life. He's really scared.
You'll just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. If he won't tell me, I'll tell him. But why would you go along with this man? Phoenix, you don't need to ring the doorbell. He's just sad because he's lonely. I took him out. He was fine. He's just sad. He wants to be outside in the sun, where he can overheat, I guess. Get a sunburn or something. But why would you go along with this man? I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur. Yes. Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to tell us about to talk about such embarrassment. Maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. I'm just skipping that one. I can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason. So I'll just have to prove it with evidence. I did not kill him, I swear it, you must believe me. So, I was thinking of how. So you're claiming that all you did was hide the bodies, is that correct? Oui, that's right. If we are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong, you must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this.
He's already confessed this much. He might as well stop dancing around the real issue.
Yeah, but he really doesn't want to tell us who the killer is.
And sock it to him, Nick.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's true, you hid the body in the kitchen, man forced you, had to go along, there was a reason you could not refuse. I suppose we can point out the reason, not exactly a contradiction, but something to say at least. You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000? Is this true, Mr. Armstrong? Phoenix. The dog is called Phoenix, also, by the way, in case that's confusing. He's got a little doorbell that sits by the front door that he rings when he wants to go outside. But I just took him out there, and he did his things, and then I brought him back in because it's hot, and also I'm doing something. He's lonely, I think, is the problem. How about you come through? You can go through the hallway and get in here, and then you can sit and be quiet, and you can be near a person. Is that what you want? I don't know if you can actually hear me through the door particularly well. $500,000. Is this true, Mr. Armstrong? Oui, je suis désolé. I don't know if that's even remotely right. I was weak and I borrowed the money. I feel like the written French accent maybe isn't all that accurate to begin with, so, you know. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man. Oh, there he is. Why is he over here now? A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Okay, as you say.
Mr. Armstrong.
The tiger, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the unconscious Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket, was that your doing as well? None. I knew nothing about that. Make it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
30 minutes.
What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. Depending on how it went with, Gumshoe, you might already have, like, something on him for assaulting an officer and also assaulting some other guy.
How the...
Don't sit back and relax yet, Wright. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. You will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Be continued. Yes, I would like to save more trial. Stretch. Let's see. It's almost 11. That trial could go on for a little while. I certainly doubt it's going to be as quick as like half an hour, and I don't want to be here till like 1 o'clock or something. That'd be a lot. So maybe it'd be good to stop here. Yeah, this seems like a good place to stop, because otherwise I'll be here all day. So, that should be good. Alright, so I'll stop the stream. Let's see. Today is Monday. I'm going to continue playing Professor Layton on Wednesday. Professor Layton will be on Wednesdays until I finish either it or this game. Whichever comes first. Honestly, I seem to have made very quick progress through Professor Layton. Part of that might be because I was trying to not sit on each individual puzzle forever and just kind of put a number of them aside. And also, I played part of the game before, so I'd seen some of the puzzles and just remembered how they were. But, you know, I'm coming up on things I haven't seen. And then I'll play the next game after that, sometime after starting Apollo Justice, because that's the order they came out in. Yeah. But that won't be for a bit. But yeah. Professor Layton on, well, Actually, considering it is the middle of the trial, maybe it will be more Phoenix Wright on Wednesday, and then Professor Layton on Friday? Yeah. As long as I make sure to get one in a week. It doesn't matter which day it's on, although I feel like it should be consistent, but in the middle of the trial, really, it shouldn't be in the middle of the trial. Yeah, so, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Mostly it'll be on Wednesday, but this Wednesday is going to be more Phoenix Wright to finish the trial. And then Friday can be Professor Layton. Yeah. That should be good. So, Wednesday, around 7 o'clock, same time, should be more Phoenix Wright. We'll finish up the trial, see if there's more investigation to do, or if that's the end of it. Don't know. See how it goes. Nothing else to really cover, I don't think. So yeah. That should be all. Have a nice day. Goodbye.